Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of jorose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm giving you an update on March 2020's 7 energy. I already have created a video for March, so do go check the link above or in the description below. March brings us a 7 energy in this year, and the 7 energy is a quiet, contemplative energy. The suggestions are to do tasks quietly and consciously. Begin to connect with the task, understand why you do it, be grateful or ungrateful, whatever, but really connect with whatever it is you're doing. The 7 energy is asking us to awaken to what's going on in our lives, not just at this moment in time, but generally it is a reflective energy. The 7 energy requires some form of physical distancing, and that is what has been put in place in most countries. Definitely here in the UK, we're very restricted on where we can go and what we can do outside the home. Just because we're being asked to do physical distancing doesn't mean we have to be socially distanced. There are so many technologies, and the 7 is really about all sorts of things, as in intuition, intellect, technology, and it's time to use technology to bring us together. Many businesses have set up systems where their staff can work from their home, because a lot of work is done online or on a computer, and they've set up servers and systems so that this can take place. Now, not all of us are fortunate that we can have this, but we still have the technology to connect with people. So if you're feeling low and down and you do need some social connection, then use the technology to connect you. Use it whether it's ordering your medicines or your foods, or just having some kind of chat. Certainly look at what is going on in your life and make the calls, make the connections so that you can stabilize yourself for what's coming ahead. The 7 energy is about alone time. A lot of people think alone time is lonely time. And at one point in my life, I would have agreed with that until I was forced to be alone or to stand on my own 2 feet. And I realized that the alone time taught me who I am, why I'm here, and what's it all about. The other day after a meditation, I was contemplating the word alone, and do check my picture here. I realised that when we look at the word alone and just let it chillax as I was doing, I saw that it means all one. The coronavirus or COVID-19 is beginning to teach us that we're all one, and one small thing can impact so many. So never ever believe whatever it is that you're doing that you are insignificant, because something as small as this virus has caused this mayhem and pandemonium. Spend time alone, pray. Now, pray is when we ask for something, and meditation is when we're silent and able to receive. When we've had a tsunami before, the animals didn't die, only the humans. We've got so wrapped up in being told what to do, we don't know how to deal with things in a crisis. And right now, this is a crisis. When we meditate, we connect with source energy, we connect with insight and intuition. Somehow it up-levels us. And I've already mentioned in previous videos and in my COVID-19 video that I believe this really is the spiritual awakening, and it is time to up-level. So spend some time this month reflecting and contemplating. And when you've come up with some things that you think, well, I'm not sure, or I am, then use the internet to do your research. Yes, there will be stories out there that this is a man-made virus, or this is a natural virus, or it could be that all power's being taken, or we need to understand the power. Whatever it is, when you pray and meditate and you connect to source energy, can sift through this and find the truth for you. Chances are you're probably asking yourself, what is this all about? How comes we're so far on in technology and living together that this virus can just knock everything out of kilt? It's not just the virus and the health industry that's being affected. It's the farming, the food, relationships, finances, everything is affected, which goes back to the point that we're all connected. So like I say, whether this has been deliberately made by man or by nature, that's not the point. It's here now, and why? And I believe it's because it's time for the spiritual awakening. So what is it teaching you? And are those teachings that you're receiving right now empowering you or disempowering you? Ask yourself, what's important to you now? Because as we live day by day, the power of now is becoming more recognizable. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't even know what the next hour brings. All we have right now is this moment in time. So what's important to you? The 7 energy can bring in worry and pessimism, and that can be disorientating. I don't think there's anything more disorientating than what is going on right now. It generally comes in on a normal 7 energy. It normally comes in because it's addressing, or it's having you note where your dissatisfactions lie. So for example, do you enjoy your current job? Now you might think, well, I'm grateful to have a job right now because I've got income, and that's really what it is. It's all about the money and what the money can do for you. But if you had a choice after this of any job, would this be the job you go back to? Or if it was still the job you go back to, would you look at it differently and stop whinging about it and start finding the gifts that it gives you? Because it certainly gives you the ability to go out and go to work. It gives you some income. It gives you social interaction. These are all things that we've taken for granted. But this energy and this current situation is allowing us to look deeper at this. It's not just your job. Do you value your relationships? Now you could find yourself stuck at home with your partner and your children, and right now possibly wanting to be pulling your hair out, running away. There will be a high chance many divorces come out of this COVID-19 virus. There could also be some struggling relationships that come together. I've said a number of times, first of all, it's your life, L-Y-F-E. Love yourself first every day. And when you do that, you really understand the environment that you're putting yourself in, and this includes your relationships. If you're in a relationship, look to start loving us. Then you come along together. You understand each other and where they're going. I currently have my youngest son here with me, and I'm finding it a challenge, having been left living on my own for a year. And I feel that there needs to be more connection between us. But he wants to do what he wants to do the way he wants to do it, and it's causing some friction here. So I'm already in a personal 2-month, and I am really relationships are on the top of my list as at this point. And I don't know what month you're in, but if you've looked at my personal year videos, do go check the link above in the description below. You could find out what's really challenging you right now and use this 7 energy of the universe to dig deeper. I've had conversations with my son that this is the time where if he wants to make a sandwich, it's great, but why can't he offer me one? And yet when I make it, I do it for both of us. His answer is he doesn't really want to, but he wants to live in my home, and I'm asking him to value and respect myself and my home. So yeah, my relationships are being challenged and tested, and there's chances are that somewhere in your world something is being challenged and tested as well. So look at the relationships. Are they serving you? Look at your health. With food being a challenge to get hold of, are you eating too much? Could this now be the time that you take stock and look at what you're doing? There's a lot of free online videos out there for yoga or fitness at home. I know, is it Joe Wicks has got a PT video going out every morning because of the children not being at school, so it's at home exercises. There's so much you can find out there to do, and if you've been given the right to take one form of exercise externally, isolated by yourself, then take that time, especially if you're living in a family where your relationships are being challenged right now. Go for that run or that fast jog or something to not only give you some personal space that you may not be able to find because you live with the family, but also the exercise, the fresh air. Right now we're out here, I'm out here rather, and the sun is shining, it's a gorgeous day. This time is asking you to look at things on a deeper level. Talking of which, I want to talk about pathogens. Now, the virus is a pathogen, as is bacteria, fungi, and parasites. And I have here a list of viruses that I want you to just listen, think, and contemplate over. Common cold, flu, meningitis, warts, measles, chickenpox, shingles, yellow fever, dengue fever, HIV, AIDS, hepatitis of all forms, herpes, smallpox, coronavirus, MERS, SARS, COVID-19. They are all viruses. Some of them no longer affect us, and some of them aren't as harsh as they used to be. A virus does not want to kill us. Now, this is interesting. It does not generally want to kill us. No animal depletes or ruins their environment except for a human. We go around thinking that we own Earth and everything works for us. But if we keep taking away from the planet, if we keep digging deep for its resources, it's going to fight back, and that's what's happening now. The virus, COVID-19, lived quite happily with bats. Not a problem. But it's moved. Why? Because we've encroached on the bat's environment. If we keep taking from where they were happily living, it's going to come out and have to find a new home, as are the animals. And we only have to look at Venice, where we see the dolphins swimming down the channels. We only have to see and hear more birds singing because the air pollution is going down. The virus is looking for a new home, and it doesn't want to kill us because it can't live there. So it wants to find a way to do this. Now, over time, viruses and humans learn to live together. Now, currently humans are being charged to live together with other humans. But now the only way we can overcome this is to find a way where the virus and the humans can live together. Most of us have endless viruses inside us. We're all born with the cancer cell. Most of us have got some form of smallpox. I mean, I know I was vaccinated as a child, but it's no longer out there. But the chickenpox, once you've had it, most people are immune. They've talked about raising, herding immunity, and over time that will happen. But what the virus is doing is it's taking out the weak. And we have to ask ourselves, why are those the weak? Have they overgiven that they're so depleted? Are they so alone and isolated from a system that isn't serving them? Are they living with family and friends that aren't really hearing them? Are they doing jobs that don't fulfill them? Are they overeating? And what is the food that we're eating, whether we're overeating or not, filled with chemicals, antibiotics and pesticides? Many of us are stressed about our financial situation right now. We've given so much power to all the things that money buys. it's time to step back and understand that the person that we need to learn to live with first is ourselves. And this isolation can allow us to understand who we are, what lights us up, what makes us feel great and empowered. Now, it's our immune system that needs to be looked at. And we will have casualties. I'm really sorry to share this, but sometimes we have to be realistic in the way we look at this. And those that fall by the wayside will be connected to the weak and vulnerable. And I hear that there are some younger people that have caught the virus and passed away, whether that be to travel, because understanding again, where we live, they say eat the produce that grows where you live because it's naturally there, beneficial for us. But because we import from all over the world and because we travel all over the world, we're mixing up all of the energies and environments and viruses and bacteria, fungi and parasites. So we've got to have a repercussion for this. 2020 is a 4 energy and it's about systems. It's about creating systems and foundations that serve us. Here in the UK, we have an amazing system, the NHS, but over the years it's been depleted and made smaller, and the stresses and strains are really beginning to show right now. Other countries do not have the NHS. They have different systems, whether it's an insurance-based or whatnot, but their systems are still being just as much challenged as our NHS here in the UK. What is the most powerful system that you know right now that is going to serve you the best? It's your immune system. So spend this month, this last week of March, contemplating what you need to create an immune system that works for you, that is strong for you, that allows you to lay foundations that you can go out and do what it is that you choose to do. Use this month to decide if the career you have fallen into is the career for you. When we do what we love, it energizes us and lights us up. It builds up our immune system. Statistics show that the happiest people are those that have got social interaction when it's good and serves them, not social interaction when it depletes them. Humanity can turn this around, but we've got to understand that Earth is not ours to destruct, and nature will be stronger because we have taken away the ability to ground ourselves, to connect. I'm out here in my garden, standing on my grass, barefoot, grounding myself while I've done this video. If you can get out there and ground yourself, or touch the leaves of a plant, whether it be indoors or outside, on your balcony, do this. Meditate and pray, but most of all, go inside and ask yourself, who am I? Why am I here? What do I want to do that fulfills myself, that gives me the strength to overcome this COVID-19 and be able to move on after this? Thank you for watching. I hope you've got a lot from this, and if you want to understand more about numerology, do get in touch. I have another series, your Life Path series. Now, your Life Path series tells you what you're here to learn and grow from. Again, well worth watching that to see what's coming up for you and what you need to be looking at to work on. The soul is ever evolving. The body will pass, it will die, and we reincarnate into another body in a future lifetime, as we've done in the past. The soul wants to learn and evolve, but also it's time for us to up level. So the trick is to ask better questions. Use this 7 energy to do that. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe and push the bell for further notifications, and share with others as I create more videos as we move forward. And you will want to watch my next video for April as we move into the 8 energy. Thank you for watching. See you soon.